This whole fan base situation started off over the weekend and it has been going strong. Every time I open up my Threads app, fan base is the top few things that I see. And this is a clinic in how to run your own business into the ground. This dude, Isaac Hayes III, is failing and flailing. And then he finally took to his socials last night to apologize, but his apology, it was pretty terrible. If you do want to see it and you're on my YouTube page, his apology will be at the end of my, just in case. I don't want anybody to click out of my video because his apology is so terrible. But anyway, Franchesca says, an apology full of excuses, lies, and the word accountability is not accountability. You can't even spell my name right. Yet again, not accepted. She is not going for it. So that's how she took it. Princess says, I noticed Isaac never responds to genuine questions on how to use and support his app. Yet when he does respond, it's always about something negative, unfortunately. And the thing is, like people are saying in the comments, he doesn't really come for the men that are being honest and open about his app in a negative way or just offering criticism. He goes for the women.
But the narrative of misogyny and attacking black women is just simply not true.
Hey, Isaac, apology not accepted. Because part of an apology requires you to take responsibility for your actions. And it's very clear that you just want to make excuses. But again, I love receipts. And here we go, right here. You taking shots at a black woman's appearance because she dared to say, hey, focus on your app and getting it together so that it can compete with TikTok and Instagram. You've had it for over a decade. It should work better than this. And your response was, you can't spell and you have on too much foundation. What does her looks have to do with her criticisms of your app? It's also so convenient that when you talk about crossing the line, you don't get specific in what it was that you did in response to me critiquing your behavior. I'll get specific. You shared a photo, a 10 plus year old photo of me and my ex-husband on my wedding day to suggest that I'm not black enough because my ex-husband is white. And then when people rightfully called you on your misogyny, you said, oh, I can't be a misogynist. I campaigned for Kamala Harris. Which is interesting because if my white ex-husband negates my blackness, then how does that work with Kamala Harris and her white husband? Make it make sense. I will also say that it's quite telling that this non-apology focuses so much on your intentions and how your character was maligned and how dangerous it was for you. And not once did you talk about how dangerous it was for me when you chose to share multiple images of me on your TikTok, on your Instagram, and on Threads, and on Twitter with this caption, not like us. Okay, not like what? From day one, my issue was you amplifying abusers and shitting on black women. And you've had multiple days to say, I don't agree with their behavior. I apologize to the multiple black women, because not just the screenshot that I grabbed, you deleted a lot of the other things. And you have a long history of this behavior outside of just me. Okay, you didn't acknowledge any of that. Instead, you focused on how bad you felt and how unkind it was of me to say, hey, maybe don't prop up abusers. Maybe don't prop up racists. Maybe don't shit on black women. So, apology not accepted. Absolutely not.
When I opened my Threads app this morning, these are the first two posts. Traveling Black Women says, I definitely saw this coming with fan base. Never downloaded, was never interested, and was never a fan of his. That man's presence on Instagram and at events all around ATL told me everything I needed to know. See, folks don't realize that the intersection of being Black and a woman means you have to constantly check for the safety of your race and gender everywhere. And when something doesn't look or feel right, you just know. Then Jay Dyson the brand says, I just caught up on the fan base discourse. Deleted my account, deleted the app. One thing I'm not playing about in 2025 and beyond is standing on business for Black women. And that's the thing. I don't believe that people really know and understand the power that Black women wield when we say that we're not doing this year. We're tired of doing this. And Black women are coming to the defense of another Black woman. Yes, there are still some male identified women that are going to stand for him because that's what they do. They got to protect the Black man. But this is what I'm seeing more and more of. Another set of comments. Author J.B. Harris says, I erase fan base because absolutely the F not. Even men, even Black men are on the side of Franchesca saying, Steph says, not about to talk negatively about my Black women and think I'm going to support you. I quickly deleted that. On the Urban Shelf says, have you heard of Blue Sky? It's a Threads alternative. TL Activist says, same. It was just sitting on my phone being unused anyway. I had it on my phone as well, but when the whole thing about TikTok was dropping, I opened it. I didn't like how it looked. I didn't like how it felt, so I didn't use it. So I pretty much deleted it after all of this. Sierra CEO says, I hate to see the downfall of fan base, but after catching myself up on what happened from the beginning, he did it to himself, I fear. After she made the first video a simple, thanks for the feedback, you've confused my acknowledgement of their roles in the culture with my support of their personal behaviors, which I do not condone. I'll make that clear moving forward. Would have been the end of it. Everything after that was inappropriate. And that's the thing. Not only did he push back, he got personal with people that, had something to say to him. He simply, like, if he wouldn't have been clapping on people's looks and makeup and the typical things that Black men do when they don't like something that a Black woman has to say. They talk about wigs and weave and all that. Oh my God. And then he's acting like he's not a misogynist, and he's not a misogynist because he supported Kamala Harris. Absolutely not. You cannot fall back into those typical, stereotypical tropes to downgrade Black women and then still think that Black women in this era, we are not doing the effing ride or die stuff anymore. Absolutely not. And they have not gotten the updated version of what life is. They haven't gotten it, but they gonna see. They're gonna see. Black women been telling them we're pulling back. We're pulling back. They still do not get it. And you're not going to move things forward without Black women as a Black man, because Black women are the ones that come out and support. Black men don't be coming for Black men like that. It's the Black women that support and uplift things. But when we pull that stuff back, stuff is going to crumble. The curvy vegetarian said he did it to himself, doubled down, crashed out. Ain't nothing we can do. Happy Monday. Shakem Power says, you're right. He spiraled. It could have been so simple, but he allowed his ego to take over and make it hard. Then to double down, attack her and other Black women, then continue to double down while playing the victim, then make an apology that was half-assed. I still don't believe he understands what happened here, and I don't know who he has in his camp, but he must have the wrong crew. And that's the thing. For too long, I believe that these men have been too unaware of their position. Their position has been propped up simply because Black women have been race loyal to the detriment of their womanhood for too long. And now they're confused because they still refuse to update to the 2025 update. And so they're not seeing that you have to apologize and come correct and do it quickly. Because when we pull that support, it's not going to be pretty, because you see how quickly this is going on. And this is going on all across the social media platforms, is being cross-posted. So I don't think that this man, not that I really know him, I don't believe that he is going to have a chance to recover from this, because if you don't have Black women, you don't have anything. Unwankwer says, yes, this is it. It didn't have to go a step further, but entering the comments to tussle had me stunned. These people get a bit too bold and egotistical and arrogant when they believe that they are a business owner. They really do, but they really do need to put that ego aside, hire people to do the PR, because he did this absolutely wrong. He needed someone that was a professional to handle this situation, and hopefully other people learn from his mistakes. Anyways, that is the update. There's a whole lot of discourse. Actually, I got a couple more that I took screenshots of from yesterday. Don't go away. Hold on. Crystal says, don't ever expect a genuine apology from a Black man who caused harm, because that would mean him saying and acknowledging what the actual harm was and taking responsibility for it. Won't happen. And in a week, he'll be doing whatever he did again. I love her name, Married Miss Sandras. She says, accountability for a Black man? Keep dreaming. I am Tanya Lulu says, I have no right to dictate what's pro-Black or not for obvious reasons. However, I will call out misogyny when I see it. Isaac Hayes' behavior towards Franchesca, Kiki, I have no idea who Kiki is. Kiki and many Black women this past week alone was absolutely disgusting. He had so many opportunities to stop and apologize. Instead, he continued to try to drag more Black women down. Now that he's seeing both investments and users decrease, he's issuing a half-baked apology. Screenshots are forever. Hope you got the clout you wanted. Somebody on my YouTube page was saying, I wonder if they did this on purpose to get people talking about it. I do not believe that this was PR or marketing, because if it was a terrible stunt, because it's caused so much damage, I believe, because so many people are talking about it and at least saying that they are deleting the app. And they'll be able to see these numbers come today. Whoever invested in this, sorry about your money, but hopefully you're perfectly fine with that just being a gift, because that gift has been flushed. And I'm going to end it with this post from Walk with Dev Walker. She says, Dear Black women, I know I said all high roads are closed in 2025, but let me also inform you, we are all sold out of benefits of doubts too. Management. That is where we are. No benefits of the doubt. None. Make them earn it. And I don't know how they're going to do with that, but make them earn it. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think about all of this. Join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
I want to start this video off by saying that I am a believer in free speech. I believe that everybody has the right to express their opinion no matter what, especially on social media platforms, which is the reason why I built this one. But let's talk about what's been going on the last couple of days. On Friday, a video was made about me using content by a creator named Franchesca Ramsey. I don't personally know Franchesca Ramsey. I've only communicated with her one time back in 2022, inviting her to Fanbase. I've never said anything negative about Franchesca Ramsey. I've never made content about Franchesca Ramsey. The subject of her content was the fact that when the TikTok ban was happening, she was being harassed online by people that were calling her anti-Black for not joining Fanbase, because she said being Black enough is not a reason to join an app and download it, which is her right. Her reasons were that I use references of Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, and DJ Academics as the inheritors of culture moving forward in media. My use of those three individuals was in no way an endorsement of any of their behavior, but they are arguably some of the most popular streamers online. And that was my point, that younger generations are going to get their content from this generation. I guess Franchesca thought that that was an endorsement of their behavior. And so she gave a scathing rebuke of my character as an individual, assuming that I support these gentlemen, which is not the intention of what I did, and she will not be joining Fanbase. I made a response in a series of tweets. And some of the things said in those tweets crossed the line. And I apologize to Franchesca for that. I want to make something clear, though. When you take a person and use them as a backdrop and make commentary of them, they have a right to respond. I responded to content made about myself. Granted, what I said crossed the line, and I take accountability for that. Subsequently, there have been attacks on my character and my company and people that I care about. And I want to express how dangerous that is. I absolutely agree with a person's right to not use Fanbase disagree with if I like Drake or not, disagree that if I think young people are going to inherit culture. But the narrative of misogyny and attacking Black women is just simply not true. And it's very dangerous. And it speaks to an issue in our community, the African American community, that's really troublesome. We're in an era right now where we need each other more than ever. We got to have each other's backs. We got to not be throwing darts at one another because we don't agree with the choice in rap artist or prospective future of what an industry may be about. And that's what took place here. And as a CEO of a company, there's a certain level of restraint and maturity that you have to have in, building a company. And I felt I've done a pretty good job of that up until Friday. My passion for my company is real. The dedication to fan base, its mission, what it stands for is real. I've worked enormously hard, as well as a great many other people. So in our community, when we cannibalize and try to destroy businesses, when people say things that we don't agree with or take offense with, it's dangerous. And we've got to do better. I have to do better in receiving criticism for the way that fan base is as a company at this stage. And that's understandable. People have a right to choose. This is not, free market society. But I want to make it very, very clear that some of the narratives that have been going around about the efficacy of what we're doing as a company and raising capital, how we're building the app, me personally, are out of bounds and not true. And if we continue to tear each other down, regardless of whether, people want to destroy fan base or not, it doesn't change the fact that Black people are being pushed out of the economic opportunity that we deserve. We do not own infrastructure on these platforms. We do not own much of anything that we help scale and build to billion-dollar companies. And if we have selective offense to things that people say, it's not going to progress anywhere for us. To Black women, those of you that know me and those of you that don't, I would hope that I have expressed more than enough respect to all of you to know that I'm not a misogynist or a person that hates women. I love us. I love the people that work at Fanbase, and I love my passion for what I'm doing. I will continue to do that. I will continue to be a better founder and CEO and learn from this. And I will continue to fight for the change and the future of social media by building the best social media platform for content creators in the social economy in the world. And I hope you join me on this journey. Thank you.